Good morning, Mega Podlings. It's Krazy Joe. And this gentleman here is Marshall Hicks. You may know him from his podcast, Boys and Ghouls. It's a good podcast. It's really good. Yeah, and we don't see much of each other because you live in LA and this is Pennsylvania. But we are back at a location that we've been to. You and I have been here before if you've been watching the channel for a while. If not, you haven't been here. This is the Bohm's Church Cemetery in Bluebell, Pennsylvania. And if you've seen these videos before, you know there is someone buried here. But he does not know, and we're going to surprise him because this is right up his alley. So let's check this out. And subscribe to Boys and Ghouls on iTunes or wherever you get podcasts.
Do it.
All right, you don't know who's here, but I handed you a wooden stake. What does that make you think?
It's vampire related.
Okay.
The heavy hitters of vampire lore tend to be either in England or Los Angeles. So I don't know where they buried John Carradine, but this is a very old cemetery, so this would probably go back much further than that.
Some of these graves go back to the 1700s.
Okay. Yeah, I'm tickled to find out.
All right, let's take a look at this. What's the year on this gravestone right here? That one.
I pick another.
Yeah. See, some of them are faded. You can't even.
1846.
Yeah, some of them are 1700s though. This is an old cemetery. However,
you don't get that in LA so much.
The grave we're going to is not that old.
Oh. Okay.
Here it is. Here it is. Marshall does not know who it is just yet. There he is. Come on over, Marshall, and pay homage to a star of classic Universal horror.
Edward Van Sloan, the original Van Helsing.
Exactly.
Who had a part that has been lost to memory. He would come out at the end of every play when he played when it was on a traveling show. To give a little postscript to the audience, just to freak them out a little for their drive home, and they put it in the movie, and the movie was supposed to end with him being like, "Vampires are real," just kind of like at the end of Gremlins, being like, "Might be a gremlin." So we know what he said, but there's no footage left. It got cut from the movie, so what might have been one of his best parts lost to the ages.
Also, the first person we see in the movie Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah. And right next to some dude. So
Kirkland M. Barker.
So this is his own thing? They're just back to back? They're just neighbors?
Yeah, they're just neighbors.
All right. Let's clean this guy up a little bit. Fortunately, you gave me a tool.
One of his favorite tools.
Silent version because you couldn't depend on the sound in the background to know that Dracula's being staked. So there was a staking filmed for the silent version that was released of Dracula, which was just Dracula with cards in it saying what people just said and some extra little stuff like an actual staking of Dracula as opposed to an off-camera staking of Dracula. The sound was even removed when it got re-released a little bit later, and then it got put back for the DVD. So if you hear it in the DVD, that's what the very first audiences got to hear. Then nothing for a long time, and then it came back.
See, this kind of trivia, this is why you should be listening to Boys and Ghouls.
It's all there. Yeah. Kind of wish we had some canned air or something just to blast it out.
We are in a mall parking lot because we forgot to shoot a closer while we were at the cemetery.
It's still spooky.
It's still, yeah. It's where we're on the edge. I'm working with what I got here. So
gray skies and dead trees.
Did you enjoy the grave of Edward Van Sloan?
I did. I couldn't think who possibly could be buried out here. There was a lot of vampire indicators, especially after you pulled out the stake. I was like, okay, someone vampire related is here. Edward Van Sloan, people, when you're in the area, check it out. Also, we're not crazy far from where Hitchcock shot a little bit of Marnie.
That's true.
So check that out too, which is located right next to a Vertigo Rehabilitation Center. Vertigo, yeah. For real, for real.
Well, which location are you referring to?
The one on Route 1.
Okay. The
It used to be Howard Johnson's?
Yeah.
And it became a sports bar?
Okay, yes.
Well, right next to it is a Vertigo, Hitchcock, rehabilitation center.
Okay, you see, that was the location I was thinking about, but I didn't realize there was the rehabilitation center there.
It doesn't call a lot of attention to itself.
Yeah.
But just look at the signs. It's there.
All right, well, you got to go to iTunes, Stitcher, or I don't know, wherever you get your podcasts. Whatever your podcatcher of choice is. iTunes, yeah, Boys and Ghouls.
Check it out.
It's a good podcast, and you'll enjoy it. All right, unless you don't like horror, in which case you won't enjoy it. But, then why are you listening to a horror podcast? It's really, you got yourself to blame.
Not for all tastes.
Yeah, you're downloading a horror podcast, you don't like horror.
If you want more of this,
oh, yeah.
tune in.
But you can't see it. You can hear it. You can... Wait, I'll turn.
More of this.
That's what it's like. All right, well, thank you, Marshall. Thanks for joining us. I guess I'll see you next...
We can't handshake because you're holding the phone.
Yeah, I'm... Here, let's try it.
Thanks for calling.
Next time, I'll see you probably next time I'm in LA, which God knows when that'll be.
I'll be there.
Yeah, you will. So, all right. And remember, when at Universal Studios, Hollywood, ask for Babs.
Ask for Babs.
Is that what they say?
Yeah. In less movies than I thought. But one of them is American Werewolf.
All right. Keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open, it's a trap. Oh, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.